speaking. How are we doing? How are things? It's Thursday. I had to think about which day of the week it was. It's Thursday. Gameplay boy. Cheers, buddy. Morning to you. How's things? Hope you're well. Yeah, it's Thursday morning. It's a bit foggy outside today around these parts of Essex. It's a little bit foggy. Starting off a little bit bright. So much so that the dog bounced on my head again, which is absolutely lovely. It seems to be becoming a routine where the dog decides I'm awake, which is fine because I usually am awake anyway. But the bouncing on the head is when I'm lying there is not the most comforting thing to do. It really isn't. But hey ho, that's the complaint over and done with. It's morning. We're bringing the positive energy. We've got the tea, the treasure of all teas, the king of all teas, the finest tea. If you haven't tried it, what are you waiting for? Cheers. And the first sip is always the best. Right. Let's crack on with a bit more bus because that's what we're doing at the moment. We're thoroughly into the bus. It fits my style of a stream first thing in the morning where we can have a nice chat and I can stop it if I need to have a little word with the kids because ultimately I'm still a parent at, even at this sort of time in the morning, and we have little check-ins at 7:40 even, correct myself, and then they get at 8:20, and they are just designed for a 2-minute break to go and have a cup of tea, if I need a pee, and basically to have a word with the kids, and then the 8:21, the last one, is to kick out of the door. It's the sound. It's sounding alarm. Come on, it's time for school. Come on, get going. They're getting older. They all do their sort of thing by themselves these days. I'm told that they don't need any help, but I still feel that, just need that little presence there just to be available for them. And then they know as well, whilst I'm streaming, because it was totally their idea to do all this every in the mornings. Certainly during the week, they said, well, you do it on a Saturday and Sunday, so why not do it during the week as well? So we've grabbed the chain, so to speak. We've grabbed it all by I don't know what the metaphor would be, but basically we're getting going with it, and they're helping me out by continuously getting ready for school all by themselves. Like I said, there's that casting sort of eye that I can keep an eye on them. I will pause the stream if I need to and that sort of thing. So there's that. Right, let's get the game screen on. And the bus, and let's get this journey on its way. Right, let's just double check that I'm coming through voice-wise. That would be helpful. Right, I can keep an eye on them. There you go. Well, it looked like I got eyeliner on this morning on YouTube. I promise you I haven't, but there's that little bit of darkness sort of to the sides of that. So cool. Maybe it's the ring light. Maybe it's making me look good. I don't know. I don't look good. I feel old. I do. Right. Economy mode. That's where we're going. New hotfix now available. We've addressed. Oh, yeah. So apparently there's a new hotfix on all platforms. Except I don't think I've actually had it. So we have addressed a range of issues across all platforms and added further improvements for stability, performance, and gameplay. Some fixes are available on all platforms, while others are platform specific. Right, let's have a little look. See, I'm interested now to see which version it is running. See if we can notice any difference. So I'm just going to bear with me. I'm just going to pop out and just out the screen and just go back and see if we can go to manage game and see if we can see if there's it's been an update. Pilot info. Install date for the 3rd. Update it 17th for the 4th. So nope, no update on my end. Not yet. Anyway, not yet. As long as they don't brick the game, I don't care. It's all good. Load game. I'm not expecting them to brick the game. Look. Tricks, how you doing? How's things? Night indeed. Well, it's morning for me, but how are you, Trixnator? I assume you are in America, would we say? Cheers. Welcome aboard. I would say grab a cup of tea or coffee, but probably don't want to be awake all night, do you? I think we're ready to go. We're a little bit late, so we can just move off. That's how we're getting on. I think that's how we left it yesterday. Left it ready to move off. And I'll tell you what I do need to do straight away is the management side of it. So we need to go into manage our fleet of vehicles at the moment if we can, because there was a vehicle that was dangerously low. Yeah, 4% lower on energy in terms of battery managed vehicles and not available to manage. Oh dear, that vehicle might be in a bit of trouble. Every other vehicle is fine, but that one, I would say running on fumes, but it's not the same thing as running on energy. Running low on batteries, I don't know, what would you say for that? You couldn't say fumes, could you? It's running on empty. I don't know. I'm pulling in. Here's our next stop. Green light. It's all good. We'll open the doors. Let the passengers off. It's a little windy outside. You can hear it. It's a little breezy. Right indicator on. Just let everyone know that we're indicating out, so to speak. But honestly, thank you, Trix, for coming in and saying hello or good evening. I really do help you well. I really do. We're speeding a little bit. We don't want another speeding ticket. Honestly, they should have put in some sort of speeding violation. So if you have a driver there who's speeding so many times that you can fire them or whatever. But
Hi, ich benötige einen Fahrschein.
Berlin AB short trip. Berlin AB short trip. There you go. Correct money. You're welcome. You're welcome. Getting out. Here we go. On the way again. So I'd love to be playing the radio. I really would be on this game. It's an absolutely fabulous channel. It really is. Anyone should really go and check them out. You can do it. It's Flashbase FM, proper live radio station, and they do live Twitch streams as well, which is absolutely fabulous. Oh, we hit the side of the bus stop. Temporary bus stop. Oh, God, we're grinding the bus stop. It was like, no, I don't want to, this one's walking this weird knee action down there. Oh my God. I'm going up steps for a second. Just a bit of a funny movement. On our way to that lane.
Straße. Endhaltestelle. Bitte aussteigen. Terminus. Please leave the bus here.
We're at the end of the route, so to speak. I don't think we're at the end of the. I think we'll be coming back the other way. I don't think my shift on the game actually finishes until technically 11:50 on the game. I could be wrong. We're also 11 minutes late, so we need to get a wriggle on. We need to get a move on. Oh, I've just earned some Xbox reward points. Collect now. It says collect now. Is this, no, we're stuck at a red light. We're still stuck. It's red going left, isn't it? Here's some Essex facts for you. Between 1560 and 1680 in Essex, 545 people were accused of witchcraft and at least 74 are known to have been executed at the Essex Azuses. Matthew Hopkins, known as the Witch Pilot General, was a lawyer from Manningtree, and he was the man responsible for the witch hunt, basically. And then you've got Essex Fat Mersey Island and nearby Malden are home to Essex famous native oysters worldwide. Also, Malden is home to Malden sea salt, again, a worldwide product.
S- und U-Bahnhof Alexanderplatz, Lemhardtstraße.
Now it wants us to fast forward to the next bit. We can do that. Get moving. It wants us to do a 3-point turn, so to speak. No, not a 3-point turn, we can just, I think, manage it all the way round, I think. And then we're on our way here. There's another Essex fact for you. Iconic Scottish king, Robert the Bruce, might have been an Essex boy. Historians have claimed he was born at Montpellier's farm in Richald in Chelmsford in 1274, meaning, technically, Robert the Bruce was an Essex boy. And we'll claim everything that we can claim in Essex, we really will. Even if he was only here for an hour or a day or whatever in the realms of Essex. I see the traffic light. Can we see the traffic light? God, we're gonna reach for the T, and you know that's gonna make it go green. You know it's gonna happen. Cheers. Right, turning right. Into the correct street. So I stopped dead ahead with dedicated bus lanes, so at least I think this is a bus lane. Feels like a bus lane. Doesn't actually say bus on it though. This is very much an old school bus compared to the other buses that I've been driving in the game. Bus. No hellos. It's annoying, isn't it? Say hello. I'll be early, 11:21. We're still very much late, aren't we? 8 or 9 minutes late. Morning, Karis, how are you? Working from home this morning, so relaxing. Just about to make a pot of tea. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Tea time. Tea time. I was on time this morning. Well, technically I was a little bit early this morning. I do have the dog to thank for that one. So she's got into a little routine around about 5:30. She bounces on my head at the moment. It's like she comes upstairs, she climbs into bed, she just jumps on my head and says, "Daddy, I'm awake." What it feels like. Come on, Daddy, I'm away. Be with me. Makes me feel like the kids are small as well. I remember when my youngest did, literally, I'd be open my eyes and he'd be like that. He'd be literally in my face like that, just watching me sleep. I'm like, fucking hell, Christ, frighten the life out of you. You know what I mean? She could not be any closer to my face, and he used to do that quite a lot. You know, miss it, but I reckon the dog's decided to take the mantle up. My responsibility now. Right, let's go. Carrying on. Just need my double decker. Need my double decker. That's what we're trying to get. get the fleet, and then we've got to take over. The thing is, double deckers are really expensive. We're getting on. What's that building then? I wonder what that building is. Do wonder. Still blowing a gale out there. Just going to check in with the office, so to speak. Oh, vehicles. Oh my god, critical level 3 managed vehicles. There's nothing we can do. Hang on, maybe we can office. Have a look. There might be a second-hand vehicle while we're there. RT. Who knows? We might. I would love to get a double decker. I really would. They did have one right at the start of the game, but it was a lot of money for a second-hand vehicle, and I wonder if I've missed my chance. Because the double decker is $395. I mean, it does carry the most passengers, 63 obviously, 83 in total. So that'd be absolutely amazing if we can pick that bus up. But where's that one as well? The 14. All these buses that we can drive. Oh, I need a double decker. Shut the doors. Should really put the aircon on as well, just in case our passengers are a little bit chilly. Stay in the bus lane, Dave. Stay in the bus lane. Use it while you can use it while it's there.
Staatsoper.
Looks like another important German building. Berlin. Should really say what these places are. Should be like a little plaque or something, or now passing a tourist bus. Mind you, that could be a good idea for a little bit DLC, couldn't it? Tourist bus simulator. Which just sort of tells you about, take you around the sites. You have to manage the sites to take their passengers on, and tell them to behave and all that sort of stuff. They decided to get on. They were just standing there. Now they decided to get on. Making nom-noms right now. What are you making? I don't know, make me hungry, Karis. Actually don't. I'm not really a morning person for eating. Not usually. I'm one of these weird people that can't eat unless they've been awake for several hours. Because it just makes me... I don't think my digestive system's ready for it, do you know what I mean? Ooh. What are you going round? What's happened? What's happened? Oh, you just want to get in that lane? Okay. Now we can turn. I was going to turn a little bit early. Oh, bounces off the bin. Bounces off the bin. That bin was strong. She gave me a little bit of a side eye there. Yeah, come on, you're late. A little bit of side eye going on. I saw it. So in the bus lane again. So there's loads of people hail from Essex, the likes of Egg Harris's favourite, Jamie Oliver, Rupert Grint, David Gandy, Russ Kemp, Sir Alistair Cook, Anne Marie, Holly Burrs, Dermot O'Leary, Dame Maggie Smith, Dame Helen Mirren. The list goes on and on. There's loads of famous people. And obviously you've got a few bands as well, like The Prodigy and Depeche Mode Blur.
S-
Just to
und
name a few.
U-Bahnhof Brandenburger Tor.
All from Essex. Opening the doors.
Hallo?
Hello. My God, someone said hello. They actually said hello this morning. What's going on? Right, we're away. So next time we're just 5 minutes late at the moment. It's a big 5 minutes coming to a red light. We don't need red lights. Wait, what am I doing? I've got in the wrong lane. Turning. Then we've got some more facts. A weird day out at the races. Greyhound racing is popular all over Essex. Once Romford Greyhound Racetrack hosted a cheetah race in an attempt to draw in the crowds and make more money. It didn't last very long. The cheetah was very much more interested in other things that were there, including people. But it was quickly banned. Imagine trying to race cheetahs. Whose idea would that have been, eh? There's some weird ideas, people. Even back then. Some wacky ideas. Just let this lady cross the road before we go down here. Careful, we don't see a tripod. Again, another famous building to the right here.
Reichstag, Bundestag.
I reckon you could do a tourist thing on this, and you could have you could play. It would be good if it sort of played things and you learned things as you went along about all the historical places in Berlin too. I'd quite appreciate that. I do apologise. First ever radio broadcast in the world was made in June 1920. It took place in the studio in Chelmsford, which makes Essex the pioneers of international radio waves.
Platz der Republik.
Claim anything. I told you we will absolutely claim anything and everything. Desperate for a bit of recognition is Essex. Desperate. Oh, green light. That bus has moved off as well, so that's perfect. Put it in. Obviously the crowds are waiting. What are we getting out? I don't know. That bus ahead is it's all our passengers. Oh, big fire, huge fire.
Haus der Kulturen der Welt.
Oh, what she said. Put it in. person got out. It's alright, it's alright. We're providing a service. A friendly face, a friendly smile. First thing in the morning, or last thing in the evening. Take your fancy, eh? Take your pick, which one you want it to be. Might even send you to sleep, who knows? I might wake you up gently. With some bus vibes, some Essex facts.
Schloss Bellevue.
Like I say, and warmth in a cup. Best way to describe tea. Say is at least the dog's behaving now. Yesterday, a nutcase yesterday trying to bury things in the house. Back to normal this morning. Wakes me up, jumps on the sofa, goes to sleep. Opening the doors again, it's got to be another German famous building, isn't it? It's just a park here with the flag flying on the top. I know it's foggy. But I think there's something to be made. You do a tourist bus simulator, it's all out of this. Maps here, keep the map, just do it on routes that have the main buildings, and then just provide a little bit of historical facts by pressing certain buttons. Similar to TheBus, when you leave the stop, you have to give the old jingle of welcome to TheBus, blah 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 blah. Keep all your luggage together, and if you need energy and whatever, and for USBs, as you charge your phone. But instead of having that, we could have a jingle which plays like all the famous buildings. I think that'd be cool. Away we go again then. Again, you've got the big victory column as Keris has told us before. Could do a little jingle on that. May have chose the wrong lane. All right at the moment. Coming into a traffic light. We'll get here. Another Essex fact for you. Clinton Cars started life in Essex. Every son's go-to shop for buying a last-minute Mother's Day card began life in Epping. The first store was opened in 1968 by Don Lewin, who borrowed £500 to create Clinton cards. Don Lewis selected the name Clinton after his youngest son. Do you think Clinton runs it today? Do you reckon he took over the family business? Careful we don't motor here. Easily motor along.
Nordische Botschaften, Adenauer Stiftung.
Through the green light, that's all good. Put it over. Picking the people up if there are anyone to pick up. Very, very quiet along this. I know I'm late. I know I am running late. But, we're only 5 minutes late. Christ. Terribly late. But no one to pick up. Maybe they're all asleep at 11:40. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be the most popular route, this one. Either that or they're all scared of my driving. That's what it is. It might be that. Absolutely petrified.
Lützowplatz.
And like a train symbol there on the wall. It did look like it, so maybe we're at a train station, maybe. I don't know. So what, 11:40, so 6 minutes late at the moment. Held at these lights, so I'm just going to check in with this office again. I'm so nervous about this bus that it's energy level critical 2%. It's not going to manage the rest of its. Oh, hang on, it's back. It must have finished at 2%. Yes, look at that. Look at that. Now it's fine. Look, I doubted it. Essex fact: Saffron Walden is home to the largest maze in the world. The maze is believed to be more than 800 years old too. So you have lots of fun visiting that maze. It's open every day apparently. Pulling in, 11:40. Doors, people getting out. Shut the doors quickly. When's this? 11:45. So it must be near the end of the route, so to speak.
Schildstraße.
It's caught by a red light, but that's all right. That's okay. How much we got in the bank now? Then I wonder how much we got in the bank. 261,000. We could reinvest it into I think you could take a loan if I'm being funny. I know we haven't. Well, we did take a loan, didn't we, actually? I think we did take a loan right at the start. It forced you to take a loan to buy something. So you go. So you got monthly reports, RT. So you've got finances, so there's your reports. Making a nice steady profit. Gives you contracts, office rent, liability and all that, which is what we're paying for at the moment. Then you've got your employee contracts, your vehicle insurances, and then you've got your loan. So I do actually have a loan currently paying 58 months. $250. So whichever loan we took, we could take another medium loan at 7.24%. I don't know what's that one, immediate payment. We could repay that, can we? Pay it off, can we? Save ourselves some money. Balance the books. So our current loan is 7.24. So we'll keep that money at the moment because that's kind of the money we've got. If we paid it off, then we don't want to take on another loan as well. Financially, we should be making a bit of money now. We've got plenty of routes, plenty of drivers. We just need to just carry on, really. Like I say, that need for a double-decker. almost there. I want a double-decker. I need a double-decker. But what I want is one to come up into the second-hand market. We're turning right. Green lights. Opening the doors. Again, for anyone that wants to get on or off. I don't even know if there's anyone on the bus still. Oh, one person. Two persons. Two persons is not the route, is it, to make some money? Oh, it might be the route, just not the time of day. Excuse me. Green light, we'll go through it.
Bayreuther Straße.
Be careful that we don't speed too much and they just quickly run out with their little speed camera. Oh, speed camera, there it is. There's one. Say hi, say cheese. There to catch you out, that one. We'll stay in the bus lane for a minute. We'll ride it. There you go, speaking of speed cameras. What's your speed? There are more speed cameras per linear mile on road in Essex than there anywhere else in the world. But that means you really have got to watch your speed around Essex. I think Essex had a reputation of the boy racer, didn't it? And they tried to snuff that out, so to speak, I reckon. Loads of speed cameras. Either to snuff it out, or probably, dare I say, to make money, to make a bit of cash, or if not both. So I don't remember this route being quiet, but maybe it is just time of day, 10:40 odd. People have got to where they need to be. Pick it up yet?
Breitscheidplatz.
Thank you. So that white car literally just crashed into the side of my bus. My bus was like impenetrable. It did not move, did it? It didn't even. You heard the sound, heard the crash. It was like, but no, did not affect the bus at all. Is this the same fog that turns people inside out? It might be, It's actually quite foggy outside this morning. Certainly around these parts. See the blue skies, they are trying to sort of get rid of the fog early. Open the doors. How are you doing this morning, Albie? How's things, buddy? Open the doors, remain indoors. Stay indoors for the day, eh? Don't turn out inside out, people walking the streets. True fan, Keris? True fan? 100 streams? Woohoo! Definitely deserves a celebratory cheers. Cheers indeed. And dedication, eh? Dedication. All weird stalker. Oh, no, dedication. Friend. Friend. Friend of this weird Essex chappie.
S- und U-Bahnhof Zoologischer Garten, Jebensstraße. Endhaltestelle. Bitte aussteigen. Terminus.
Yeah, terminus.
Please leave the bus here.
Please leave the bus here. All that German means please leave the bus here. So it's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Also said quite forcefully. Terminus. Bitter. Very forceful. I mean, I could be mistaking it for passionate, couldn't it? Oh, and happy St George's Day, by the way. Also, just noticed the date, 23rd. Happy St George's Day, everyone. Right, Indian trip, only 72%. I wonder why. We go pick some rubbish up to do their job for them. Oh, they might have, well, we didn't have many passengers, so they've left the bus nice and clean. Look. Not too much rubbish around. Not too much rubbish around. This place is Land of the Fans. It's an ancient, marshy, low-lying landscape which spreads across East London and South West Essex, from Basildon to Rainham, and from I've missed that now. Missed that. St George the Turk. Yep, we never celebrated St Zippy's Day, do we? We don't. We don't. It's one of those things, don't we? Really, really should. But in today's climate, I'd hate to think if we did celebrate it as well, what some of the public would get up to. Maybe we should just have an understated statement. I mean, I do think we should celebrate it. I really do. Zippy loves beer. I do think we should celebrate it, but as Johnny knows, indeed. Undoing flies, maybe. There's our building. We're back to our office anyway. We've done our job. The next job is to take over, isn't it? I think that is our next plan, to take over. The Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain. One's mad, the other drives the other insane. What are we going to do today, Pinky? We're going to try to take over the world. Sorry, little cartoon. Not 80s, 90s, that one. In the Brain. Used to love it, though. Hadley Castle. That's a terror. I know, it's awful. My singing's terrible as well, Karis. I literally do not care. But you knew what I was on about, didn't you? You knew what I was on about, old Pinky in the Brain. Anyway, get back to some serious stuff. Hadley Castle, set up on a hill, looking down over the marshes and the Benfleet estuary. Building the castle began in 1230s by Herbert de Burgh, Earl of Kent, after he was gifted the land by King John, for whom he was chief minister in Gestica. It was extensively refortified by Edward III during the 100 Years' War. Sent you a better impression than today's. Go on then. Today's confessions. I actually have it open today, just in case. There you go. Nice one, nice one. Very good, very good. Oh, I agree. Yours is better than mine. Right, office. We got the office duties today. Manage the vehicles. We want that money. It's all about the money, money. My only impression is of Maurice LaMarche pretending to be a genius man who sounds like Orson Welles. Right, please. I need a double decker. Mind you, my double decker, I could buy sort of several buses, couldn't I? That's the thing. I could buy more buses. We get closer to where we need to be. Orders, anyway. Go to the orders and the order manager. Not going to bore you with it today because we think we've sorted it out. I just don't. What I could do is just not drive the bus a couple of times and rake the money in. That's the thing. So we can sort of skip it. The only problem is I can't skip it too much because the buses will need to. It's recommended to repair this vehicle. So, oh, we got a vehicle that's. We might have to. We've got a couple of vehicles that are in need of repair. So it's this one, 107. 107 is the 107, so the 1007 needs to be taken out of service. That's interesting. So workshop, yes, it does. Look, the body on the 107. That was probably me. That was probably me. But if I get taken out of service, then what we could do is actually buy a new bus. Can we? Could put a scupper to my plans. But if we buy another bus, then I could swap the bus. Can I? I could take it out of service. I'm just gonna have to soldier on for a little bit before it completely breaks down. I think. So second-hand vehicles then. So maybe we should buy some more vehicles. So second-hand then, I think we're forced into the issue of buying vehicles. So I think let's buy that vehicle. We'll buy that one. That's 2. Spending all our money now, all our hard-earned money. We can't afford anything else. So 2 buses, and then we can take it out of service, I think. Although we won't be able to pick the buses up until that date. What we can do though is fast forward. Why is it saying we haven't got any jobs on a Tuesday, a Thursday, a Friday again? I don't know why it's saying that. It should be full. Anyway, we're on Sunday anyway, aren't we? So that's the day of the week. So we need to fast forward some time, if you like, to fast forward the time to, should we say 4 o'clock? That time skip. Hopefully no one damages that bus anymore. They probably won't because I'm not driving it, so it will be fine now. And then we can get some more buses. I think we're forced into buying more buses now. Preserve our what is going on, eh? So time skipping. Oh, hang on, we need to charge the vehicles. Don't forget to charge the vehicles, Dave. You'll get into trouble. Manage the vehicle. Confirm selection. And then we will go back and then skip forward a bit more time. So we'll go right to the end of the day. Confirm, time skip. Bring a bit more cash in. Bus is surviving so far anyway. Office 157. What more can we buy? Ordered wise vehicles, second-hand vehicles. I'm just thinking my double decker will probably come up now, won't it? 2012. 2021, we can afford that. 2021, that'd be alright, wouldn't it? Buy that. That's a third vehicle on its way. A couple of more employees maybe as well. Go to the jobs market just so we can even it out a bit. People aren't really pissed off with us. Experience. I don't know, we'll go with Fabian. He'll do. 35, Alex. And Ollie. And then we'll go to manage vehicles again. Get this right. There you go. Did that at the right time. All need doing. Give them all a clean as well. At the end of the day. Give them a shiny clean. And then we go back to the dashboard. And then office. So we're all good there. So I think, does that mean we've got a bus arriving that day? It does. We're not. We can time skip to that day now. Following vehicles were delivered, so now we can take the one that needs fixing out of the firing line, so to speak. Workshop, what needs fixing? Or is it automatically fixed? Oh, I think it might have automatically fixed. I think our bus drivers have done a good job, maybe. Or maybe they haven't. They can't do a job at the moment because it's on the. Yeah, it's on a trip at the moment, I think. So we need to work out when it's not on a trip. Everything flowing. Everyone follow this so far. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, I do know what I'm doing. What I'm basically trying to get the bus that needs fixing out of service, but it's a management system. It's a management system now. So little tricky things. Just work it all out. Not the most riveting thing for a stream. Also watching Dave go a lot as well and trying to and think. It's too early for this, really. Too early for the management side of things, but needs doing apparently. Needs doing. Right, so when does our 107 finish? Let's have a look-see on the calendar. On the orders, Owen, even. Orders. So currently, the 107 must be on a job. It's the only thing I can think of. Order manager. The order manager, 107, so it's on that job currently. So it finishes. So if we did fast forward it to 2100, 9 o'clock, then we'll be able to fix it. So, calendar, LB, and not LB, time skip. And then we need to take that bus out of service and fix it. That's the plan. Anyway, so vehicles, manage vehicles, charge what we need to charge, or put petrol in anyway. Give the bus a good clean. We'll do that. And now we've got to go to our workshop. Well, where's the 107? Where is the 107 gone? We've just finished it, have we not? I would have thought we'd have finished it. Maybe I've got to take the out the orders. So order manager. I was on another bloody route. Still going. Must have got the time wrong, or it hasn't skipped to where I want it to skip to. So we've got to. Where's the 107? We're going to take. We don't want to cancel this order, but we want to put a different bus in for this one. So the 1009 can come in, and Emma can do it. So we've changed the bus there. So we're looking for everything with the 1007. And we need to change the bus. We're going to take this bus out of service. It's riveting fun, this bit. But it needs doing. And then we can get the bus fixed. Was another, I'm sure another one said it come up. Is it this one? The 105 needs fixing as well. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? We've got any more 105s. It doesn't need fixing there. So if the 1005 doesn't need fixing there, why does it suddenly need fixing down below? They predicted in the future that it's going to have a smash. Is that what they're doing? It's the 1007. It's probably on a secret mission. You're probably right. This one I can't work out. It's like it knows 1007. We can swap that one. For the 1008. I'm wondering if we can swap this one. No, we can't swap it for the 1007. We just took it out for a reason. Okay, maybe one bus at a time then, maybe. Maybe we can take this out as well. Service. We get this to Estelle. I know it's just so much rivet and fun. I am sorry. 107 we've got to take out at the moment. I don't think we can because it's on its route, isn't it? So and then we're going to fast forward to the end of the day. So it'll be 10 o'clock. So we've got to fast forward to 10 o'clock. So what is the time then on the game? Yeah, we haven't fast forwarded it enough, have we? So to 10 o'clock. So 10:40 I do. And then time skip. Hopefully the calendar says 10 o'clock now. Yep, it does. And we can sort this out. So vehicles now should be in here that need fixing. 107 needs fixing to repair the vehicle. If we can't repair the vehicle, so we've got to send it to an external workshop. Might as well fix everything while we're there. Repair vehicle, so that means it's going to be out of service for a little while. Didn't it say the 105 as well needed fixing? Could have sworn it said the 105 needed fixing. 1005, I reckon. 1005. I reckon it was having a hissy fit when it said that. So we've got a bus going out to the workshop to get fixed. So now we can manage our vehicles, put some petrol in, charge the electric ones up, Don't need a clean. And then we can skip forward, I think. I don't know, or should I ride? Let's ride. Let's ride. I was just going to take forever. And I don't want to bore people too much. So, calendar, office even. Orders owed to us. That's what we want. Orders. Order manager. We'll go to this day and we can drive the bus ourselves. Drive the TXL route maybe. They're all big routes, that's the thing. Oh, why is that yellow? Why is that one yellow? 1009. Is that because it hasn't got a driver assigned, maybe? Well, maybe we'll drive that one then. There you go. That didn't have a driver assigned. And then this one, I'm not driving that one, it's a bit huge, but we'll assign that person. Should make sure that everything's got smoothly. I don't know what the yellow means, partly assigned. Why does it mean partly assigned? Maybe I'll have to do that myself. It won't be partly assigned. Why is partly assigned? I don't understand that one. Partly assigned. We'll do that myself then. So I think we'll fast forward to me driving the bus now, so I can actually get on with it. I'm now expecting there to be a double-decker or something in the fleet. See, but we could, as soon as we're doing it now, we can buy the vehicles, so we can get some more vehicles on the way. So, office, calendar, on one day, calendar, skip to event. Following employees have arrived. So we've got some new employees. Manage a vehicle. Nothing needs managing. No double-decker have survived. Oh no, have they all been eaten? At least you enjoyed them, eh? Skip to event. New vehicles here. Vehicle management. We'll sort that out. Confirm for selection. And then we can go back to the office and then maybe we'll start the tour. Start the tour. Will you start the fans, please? And there you go. We can start getting ready to set off. We can set off on our journey from the first stop, please. I don't know which bus we've assigned ourselves to. So we just went, right, we're going to take over this and we're going to do this. So which bus have we got? Not a double-decker, obviously, but it's got 3 doors. As long as it isn't the one that I struggled to open the door with. Well, I don't mean the front door, I mean the doors in the middle. There's one particular bus that is a bit of a pain in the arse. Maybe this one. Oh no, this should be alright. Turn it on. Hopefully it'll work. Take it into drive. Take it out of park. Are you right back? Phone call this time in the morning. Got to work, you see, got to work. Right, let's punch in the numbers then on the computer. Hopefully this will work. Starts. So we've got to do 8665. Okay, mission 100 or line 100 even. Tour 11. And there we go. Look, so we can open our doors now to anyone who wants to come along. And we're away. We are away. We've got a couple of vehicles in the fleet as well. That'll be just perfect for swapping and changing if the vehicles need replacing. So in total we have 13 vehicles in the fleet. We took on a few more drivers as well. Obviously we're nowhere near where we need to be in terms of taking over an official line. It's an official line in Germany. It tells us our requirements. Financially, we're okay there. So we just, on this one in particular, we just need more drivers and more vehicles. But this one we're fine, but we've not earned enough money at all. This one, again, nowhere near what is required. So need to get the vehicle numbers up now, isn't it? Vehicle numbers and sort of drivers, and then we can take over a line. We're doing 13, 12, 13, 13. I'll tell you what, we're at 7 o'clock, so it's my turn now to disappear for 2 minutes. Just something that I do on a weekday morning, Monday to Friday, is that I check in with the kids because obviously schools, colleges, and that sort of thing. I don't actually have to do anything for them or anything other than just provide a voice, if you like, first thing in the morning for them as well. Just they need to talk to me, they can come and talk to me. If they need something, I might be able to help. I might be able to offer a bit of wisdom. I don't know. But what I can do is certainly at 8:20 is provide a little kick out the door, so to speak. But it's 7 o'clock. It's my first little check-in with them. If you need to go somewhere, I totally understand. I really do. Have a fabulous day. If you're sticking with me, which I really hope you are, maybe put the kettle on, make yourself a cup of tea or coffee or something, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. That's the plan anyway. Back in 2. I say back in 2, but I'm still here, aren't I? Because my things decided to refresh, so it's left me here for a minute. Flash of light and back again, I think. But pausing the stream now, so back in a mo. About that. One of those things. We'll get the actual right screen on in a second. The Twitch screen, that'd be good. And we're ready to move again. So I hope you have a nice chance to make a cup of tea or coffee. Cheers. And let's get moving. While we're here in the office, we might as well see if we've got to charge any vehicles. That one needs a bit more petrol in. We can do that. So we're a minute early. Doors are open at the moment. He's wearing the t-shirt. What's this t-shirt say? Ich bin Nachfeld. No idea what that's supposed to mean. But we're ready to rock. We're ready to roll. In haunted places. Colchester Castle is a magnificent Norman castle that has been built on the grounds of an old Roman temple. The stories about the castle are about a ghost named James Parnell, who was a Quaker that was arrested and killed violently in April 1656. He now wanders the place, obviously spooking people out. Close all doors. Close the doors, close the doors. And let's get going. Pull down. Familiarise ourselves with this line because it looks like a line I've done before.
S- und U-Bahnhof Zoologischer Garten.
Bringing it round. It's quite a long bus, this one. Yep. Bit of a crash there. A little bit of a crash. Fucking hell. Moving off. It's all good. There we go, right.
Hi, I'm
Thinks he's a spider. What's he want? 24-hour ticket. ABC. Pay by cash. It's paying 20, so it's £8.60 or €8.60 back. There we go. So we've got our first passengers on board. Shut the doors. Oh, did she want to come on? I don't know if she wanted to come on. She might have wanted to come on. She might want all the doors open. I don't think we had all the doors open, did we? We'll open all the doors just in case she's just standing there for no reason. We are 2 minutes early as well. Fast forward to 5 as well. That's something you can do if you're a little bit early. I don't know if it means anyone's actually going to get on board, but it certainly looks like a busier area at this time of day. 1:15. Right, shut the doors then. Shut the doors. Okay, out. That's what we're doing. We are turning left, so the old Primark. Oh, what's this place above that? That kind of looks like a grand place. Like I said, this place kind of feels like a bit of a tourist sort of bus simulator, so to speak, where you actually drive around a sightseeing bus, I reckon. You press all the little buttons. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I think it would, anyway. A little gimmicky, but be nice. You stop here for a bit of history. You get a little, get a chance to press the button and learn a few facts about where you are. The old KFC building, this one. bit of shopping mall. Kentucky Fried Chicken and a pizza at McDonald's. I think we're alright, we can open the doors here. It's on. We're a minute early, I think. We're a minute early, so we can have a little look. We can order some chicken. We've got a bit close though, isn't it? Not so impressive, is it? Sitting out here, it's alright. What's she got? Cans, Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, Cola. Well, she got a chicken wrap as well. Look, look, some fries. Now we can shut the doors. Ready to go. I'll amuse myself for a minute rather than sit in that red light. Have some tea. Cheers. Stuck at the lights. Stuck at the lights. The Harris Redoubt Fort was constructed between 1808 and 1810 for the defence from the French invasion during World War II. Troops who were awaiting trial were kept at the fort. And the markings that made on the walls can still be seen today. People who visit the fort often talk about seeing shadowy figures moving through the windows, feeling a touch of an invisible presence as well. And then you've got Coalhouse Fort as well, East Tilbury. Coalhouse Fort is an old artillery fort in Essex that is full of ghosts, stories and sightings. It was built in 1860. It was used in both world wars, and the paranormal activity has been going on for quite some time at this place. Most of the strange things that have been reported have been basically around the tunnels and what you hear and stuff like that. Really. Invisible presence, eh? Invisible presence. Christmas doesn't sound much fun there. Well, you know, Christmas presents, invisible presents. Aren't they all invisible presents indeed, Mr. Santa?
Guten Tag.
We're letting them on. We're letting them on. Cafe Belmont.
Moin.
That's where we're at. Cafe Belmont. Shutting the doors. Shutting the doors. Shutting the doors. Loud noises from the tunnels below that lay beneath the building at Coalhouse Fort.
Schildstraße.
Trichterasche. Leave. There you go, that was good timing. That one alright. Hotel Berlin.
Lützowplatz.
red light. Red light. Stuck at the red light. Right, we can go. On our way. Another haunted place. Beely Abbey at Malden. Several people have reported seeing the ghost of a hooded man that is seen standing in the corner of a room. Some believe he was a monk, while others say he was a man that was executed while living at the Abbey for a couple of years. People have even witnessed bizarre and violent occurrences like beds shaking and the opening and slamming of shut of trapdoors and all sorts of things. Interesting place, Beely Abbey. Monk, he's back. Oh, I wish he was. They did 2 films. I didn't even know that until recently that they did 2 films. I've watched them both. Oh my god, his eyes. He might be back. Berlin AB. Let's see, he wants a single ticket. Card. There you go. Put your ticket. Indicating out. If they'll let me. Just about letting me, isn't he? Just about. It's very kind of him. Not sure he's letting me. We've got a few people on the bus as well. We've got walking adverts. 1. No, nothing on you. Definitely 2. Definitely 3. Definitely 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. So out of 11 passengers, 8 are walking adverts. You've not seen the episode movie that he released recently? Yeah, there's a couple of movies. Like I say, I didn't know that there was a couple of movies. They're all right. I've seen them.
Nordische Botschaften.
Because it's the jungle out there. It's the jungle out there. Another haunted place is Kelvin Hatch, otherwise known as the Secret Bunker. It's supposed to have been built upon, was supposed to house sort of the Prime Minister at the time when the old Cold War was on, and about fears of a nuclear attack and all that. But it was actually built on an old grave site, and they had to unearth some of the graves and move them, and obviously that's the sort of thing that if there was going to be disgruntled ghosts or spirits or something, that's the exact sort of story you'd expect. You did watch Galaxy Quest again yesterday. Nice. I actually got a chance to play a little bit more Planet Roller Coaster 2. I did get a chance to play a little bit more of that yesterday. Wait for a sale on that one. It's at £32. I will buy it because I don't think it will stick around in Game Pass forever. Although it's new to Game Pass, isn't it? So it should be there for a few months. But it's going to be the sort of game that I need to buy because the business is into it as well. So oh, that was close. That was close. wonder if we've got enough for another bus yet. Office again, only 51,000. But having said that, sometimes you get really the little second-hand fleet buses. Sometimes you can get one for 50 odd. Trying to build up the operation now. It's going to take some time, though, isn't it? That's the only thing. This is where the game becomes a bit of a grind, isn't it? To a degree. Because you've got as far in the game, and now there's a big jump in terms of what's required for the next stage of the game, the final stage of the game, so to speak, where you take over the official lines that are actually in Berlin today. This is fabulous, but as I say, it's a huge jump to get there now.
Großer Stern.
And I suppose that's where the simulation is going to come involved, isn't it? Where you don't have to play the game much, you just simulate and simulate, but obviously that's not so much good for a stream, is it? Simulate it to the point where you get the correct number of vehicles. All I want is enough vehicles to do one line. But I think I need like 33. I'm a long way off.
Hallo, eine Fahrkarte bitte.
Berlin AB wants to pay by his phone. There you go, buddy.
Vielen Dank.
Hallo, eine Einzelfahrt bitte.
She needs something bitter. She can pay by her phone. Again, another walking advert for the bus, or Flash Base FM in this case. It's the radio station. She's absolutely fabulous, I will say. Give it a listen.
Schloss Bellevue.
In 25, we're a few minutes late. How have we got a few minutes late? Open the doors.
Hallo.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you go? Hello. Can you go? Certainly was one of those moments, wasn't it? Hang on, I think we've got the Walking Dead coming. Walking Dead's coming. I can see her a mile off. She was coming this way from the bus.
Hallo, ein Fahrschein bitte.
I thought we were gonna. That just say close, baby. I don't know. 30, 20. She needs a fast shine, baby. Oh god, she got me saying it now. It's an AB. It's a single ticket. That's a different ticket.
Hallo.
It's a short ticket. Okay. Sorted. See it say it's sorted. Short trip. There you go. Get it right eventually. She wants 260 back.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön indeed. Oh, we've got another one that's doing that little walk since it's raining. I know that walk. I know that walk. That's, getting on the bus
Hello.
walk. It goes to show that you, even if you're late, you can still pick up people. Put it away. I say weather is where this game really comes into effect. It gets the weather so well, the rain, and you know, that kind of you can almost be mistaken for looking out the real sort of real road, the real world, so to speak. That side of things. Not so much this side, but it was just like to the left there, without seeing any of the other bits and pieces. Just the window itself. Kind of good feature, does it really well. Turning right. Hold the line. You're not always on time. Careful for our tripods that stick out, pull them close. Move the wheel a little bit too close there.
Haus der Kulturen der Welt.
Pull it in, pull it in. More walking efforts, baby. Nearly got him, nearly got him. Not sure if she wants to get on or not. She's standing there, isn't she? Yeah. Stands there with her umbrella, she likes it. She likes it when it rains, I suppose. Oh, fucking hell. Sound. Be another vehicle that needs fixing. Be mine. Is that another fire ahead? It almost looks like there's a fire on the left hand side. No fire brigade though. We've not got there yet. Big fire on the left hand side.
Platz der Republik.
Oh look, the fire brigade are there. They're there. Our passengers get out with the mobile phones. And we'll have a little click click. Put it in gently. Opening the doors. And letting people on.
Hi.
Lots of people getting on.
Hallo? Eine Einzelfahrt bitte.
It's Berlin ABC. ABC. Oh, another chap. Number 2.
Hallo, ich brauche einen Fahrschein.
Berlin AB single. I thought you were doing the squeaky slow down to look at the good shot. What's he want? Hang on. Berlin. I've just got to forget what he wants. Berlin AB single ticket. Okay. I was just doing the old chances letter. You know, people get their phone cameras out. Is this the guy in pyjamas? It could be. Could be. I was just giving them a chance to get their mobile phones out and do what everyone does best, you know, when it comes to something like that. Just take photographs of it all. There's a guy in pyjamas. Now he's crossing the road, he's taking his time. Bananas in pyjamas are coming down the stairs. Bananas in pyjamas killing your teddy bears. I used to sing that all the time. I don't know what. I'd love to know what the correct terminology is, because that's all I remember now from my childhood is bananas in pyjamas coming down the stairs killing your teddy bears. And I'm sure that wasn't part of the song. But that's all I remember. used to be on around the time of Super Ted as well.
Hi.
They're all getting on. They're all getting on. Hi. Oh, there's another chap that's coming on. He wants to come on, doesn't he? He's all tempted. Headbutt the sign. Pulled in. And the red lights. What the fuck? I've been hit again. Honestly, who got out? Is there another bus coming in here and hit me? Yes, that bus just decided to give me a little nudge forward. I mean, I'm all for a love tap now and again, but that was ridiculous. Not ready to go yet. The car in front of us just disappeared because obviously I went into the back of that car.
Hallo, ich benötige ein Ticket.
I think that was just a passenger with a hammer. That was Johnny here, Johnny. And then the lovely Sarah. Sorry, I'll stop doing that. I think I've overdone that one, haven't I, Johnny? Morning, Johnny, buddy. How you doing? Oh, green light. Let's move. All doors there. Are they all open? Yeah, I thought they were shut. Oh, indeed. Here's Johnny. How you doing, buddy? How's things this morning? Got up on the right side of the bed? All good. There you go. Good stuff. Turn it right. Did Dave just predict your rifle? I did it on time, didn't I? It was quite good. Bus literally sling-slotted into the back of me. So we need to get Hopkins. Wedge! Or wizard. Superpowers on the bus. Just turn this into the Playday bus, shouldn't I?
S- und U-Bahnhof Brandenburger Tor.
S-Bahn U-Bahnhof Hamburger Tor. We get left for dead. Yeah, I know. It's don't just get it for just one game. Christ, no. It's expensive, as I said. It's really shot up in the price. It's what we say the holy grail, isn't it? Of that sort of genre. It's really shot up in price. I hate to think, honestly. I hate to think what would happen if Skyrim only made like a game on the 360 or PS3 and that didn't get repeated on PS4 and then on the 5 and Xbox One and Xbox Series. If it was just a single game, how much that would be now to buy on disc, you know, because yeah, shocking price that. You're going to watch the stream just to hear Keris scream even. Stream and scream. Now, Dave. Christ. Yeah, are you joining us tonight, Keris? You'd be more than welcome. My name is Slim Shady. I scream like Orson Welles. Ask Dave. So we don't know what we're quite doing, whether we're going through the campaign or playing as a single player. I think the campaign is the better thing to do, but obviously if our numbers are more than 4, then maybe we could do 2 campaigns with an AI character or something. I don't know. But, good fun anyway. Left 4 Dead, definitely. Might go back to it and think, oh no, it's crap. I ruin games like that, you know. I do ruin games like that. I did that with my Assassin's Creed 3. I always used to say Assassin's Creed was my favourite Assassin's Creed. And then I went back to it, the American one. I went back to it and it's clunky as fuck. And I ruined it for my own sort of thinking, if you like. I held it in such high regard. And now it's like, oh God, really? Did I really like that? It could be a bit like that. I think Left 4 Dead was at a time where it was good to have a group of you, wasn't it? We played some Cannon Fodder yesterday, as good as the day it released. Awesome. Lots of people getting on the bus.
Hallo, kann ich bitte ein Ticket haben?
Ticket?
Hi.
Right, what sort of ticket does it need? Berlin AB. We'll go with a single. I don't know what. You can tell me I'm wrong. So it's a short ticket. Short trip. Back one. Short. There you go. Down it down. Well, I've kind of thought I was playing it in my retro handheld. Jules and Jots. Berlin AB, short trip as well. See, you want some money back as well.
Moin. Ich hätte gerne einen Fahrschein.
Berlin AB. Oh my God, they're all short trips. Short trips. Got 760 back this time. 2, 4, 6, 7. This boat's also walking very slowly. He could be coming towards the bus, which is walking on by. Never been so much fun. Oh, Cannon Fodder's a lot of fun. I remember my Amiga days fondly, I do. I'm quite lucky in some respects to have so many systems. The only one, I said it on the old 3DO. A mate of mine in Australia is saying he's been after one for a while as well in Australia, and he's just finally picked one up. Does it have Speedball too?
U-Bahnhof unter den Linden.
I tell you what, there's the new Speedball is out as well, but I've not actually tried it. I do actually own it. I've not tried it. So many games. The old remakes, but the classics are the best. The old Dizzies and all that sort of stuff. New Speedball. Have you tried it, Albie? Have you tried it? Is it rubbish? Oh, 7:40 is my next check-in time, isn't it? So what I'm going to do here is pause the stream for a minute. I do apologise. It's just something I have to do. Something I have to do. It's just go and check in with the middle lad. I'll be back in a mo. I was chatting to a guy from another Discord. This is Keris, who has a dreamy voice about Crimson Desert, and he was saying the new update is wonderful. Awesome. Get back to Crimson Desert. It's constantly being built upon. They're trying to figure it out. They've also got a multiplayer coming in at some point, and they cult campaign. I've been trying to get Speedball 2 on GOG for years. Peak gaming indeed. Definitely. Like I say, I am a massive fond of sort of retro stuff. I love Golden Axe. I would love them to redo Golden Axe. Just a slight little. Didn't need to redo it much. Just bring it up to its age a little bit. Would love that. Really love that. Play Golden Axe so much time. And Super Hang On as well. Love Super Hang On. But honestly, I'm going to have to run. I love retro talk. I could talk all day. But I'm going to have to go pause the stream for a minute. If you need to go somewhere, I totally understand. Have a wonderful day. If you're staying with me, chat retro with Keris and Albie, please do. And I'll be back in a mo. Back in a mo. Glad to see you chatting retro stuff. That's good. It's good to see. Really good. You're making me in the mood to do a retro stream. Maybe we'll do one on Saturday. Maybe that's what we'll dedicate Saturday stream to, sort of retro games. That might be fun. Let's put the Twitch back on. Drive the bus. Yeah, it could be doing some sort of retro stuff from the 80s, the 90s. Maybe early OOs, maybe. Classify as retro being early OOs? You got to, ain't you, really, now? We're 2026, so what classifies as retro? Retro is anything from someone's childhood, isn't it? That would be retro for them. But the thing is, how OOs is retro, but for someone it would be, wouldn't it? I mean, we're at 2026, aren't we? PS1 is a retro machine now, isn't it? It's got to be, isn't it? I say, what do you classify retros? It's got to move a little bit, hasn't it? I wouldn't classify as retro, but you know, for me personally, but for someone it would be a bit retro, wouldn't it?
Hi, könnte ich bitte ein Ticket haben? Wie viel würde das denn kosten?
We're doing a single. I don't know if we're doing a single here. Oh, well, you've got to AB. Job I back down. Define retro. That's the thing. What is a retro game? GTA 5? No, it's only 13 years old. It wasn't on the PS1, was it? I think. What would be the latest system you would consider being retro these days? Because it's certainly not current, is it? Let's be honest. I think you can go up to the PS1. I think you can include that as being retro. I mean, PS2. I mean, it's how far you look at it, isn't it? PS2 is a little retro as well, isn't it? A little bit. Probably Dreamcast. Yeah, and it gets to a point, but that will shift as well in a few years, won't it? It's as we get older, that bracket has to shift a little bit because it is retro. It's retro for them. Retro for someone else. Definition of retro, that would be a hard one to find. You know, I'd always say it's something from your childhood, but then someone that is sort of 25-ish or 20-ish, then OOs would be when things transition to a 3D. So would that make like Xbox Series X can never be retro ever? So that's what I'm saying. It's so vacant before. It's someone's definition of retro, isn't it?
Guten Tag. Einmal Kurzstrecke bitte.
Berlin AB. Short trip. Back out and see what you wanted.
Hallo, ich brauche einen Fahrschein.
Berlin AB 24 hour. And back.
Danke. Hallo, eine Tageskarte bitte.
Do that again. Berlin AB 24 hour. Pay by cash. That's giving us correct change as well. Look at this. Correct change. Right, so let's shut the bus for a minute. Now let's play how many official t-shirts, whatever, that is on the bus behind me. I'm going to show you the bus. Here's the bus. How many are wearing these sort of t-shirts like whatever and Eek Week was, how many are on this bus that are wearing shirts that you can actually buy in real life from this game? I'm going to sacrifice my timing schedule now. I'll pause it. We'll have a cup of tea and we're going to walk the aisle. Albie says 22. Are there any more takers out there? Just for a bit of fun, in this game, you can actually buy a lot of the t-shirts that people wear. And this bus is now full of people. And we're going to walk the aisle. And we're going to see how many t-shirts you can actually, or shirts, or hoodies, or whatever in total you can actually buy on the bus. Any more guesses? I'm going to give you with a countdown from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I kind of want more than just Albie's. 5, 4, 3. Do we get a prize? 2, 1. Right, just Albie's then. Albie's saying 22. I'm going to go with 18. Be my guess. Do we get a hoodie as a prize? It would be cool, wouldn't it? I would be cool, wouldn't it? If TML could donate and we could do this once in a blue moon and we could do it for a prize, can we get a real hoodie? Right, Albie's going with 18. So we've got 1, 2, 3, No, she's playing. 4. Oh no, 3. Hang on. No, you can't buy that one. 3. 4. She's got one on. 5. 6, 7. 8. Reading that. So far, only 8. 9, 10, 11. He's got one over there. 12, 13. He's got one. Is her 13? Is her jump? She's won. 14. Oh, not as many. 15, 16. 16, not as many. I thought they'd be closer to you with yours 16. I see, we're going farther 10 the contest to win the prize. Well, 16 was the correct answer. Yes, you can buy 16 of those official t-shirts, hoodies and whatever. TML's website. Sell the stuff. Walking advert, it really is. Stop raining, so we can turn that off.
U-Bahnhof Museumsinsel.
And we're on our way. They are Matthew Hopkins, Haunted Manning Tree, Witchfinder General Matthew Hopkins and his assistant John Stern are estimated to have sentenced nearly 400 people to their death, but they now haunt, in particular, Matthew Hopkins now haunts Misley Pond, and also you can see that they've both been seen in 3 pubs in the area on a regular basis. I learned that more getting on now. But
Hi, kann ich bitte ein Ticket haben?
AB, we'll probably got the wrong one. Go. Thank you. That doors. I wonder if you can turn down car traffic volume, or because it's quite. Oh, do we need to call the Ghostbusters for a Witchfinder? I don't know. Options. What are we doing in options in terms of volume? Cancel on save changes. I haven't changed it. Did I change it? Yes, discard. Didn't realise I changed anything. Options. RB. Well, let me go to volume. Why won't it let me go to volume? It's a bit daft, isn't it? Cancel. Discard. I'm going to go to volume and turn it down a little bit, or it's not letting me. Not letting me. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters!
Wandererstraße, Marienkirche.
He's in fact all of the places shows he was a massive hypocrite. He's supposed to be haunting the place. These old ghost stories and stuff like that there. Does anyone remember a show called Most Haunted with Derek Acora and a few others? So obviously it was very much an entertainment show rather than a real show. Anyone remember that? They also had other mediums come on, David Wells and a few others as well. Hang on. We're going to move forward a little bit and then we're going to put in. Dear Spirit Guide Sam. Well, I bring it up because one of those live shows that they did, he's dead now. He is dead. Yeah.
Eine Fahrkarte bitte.
He's been possessed by this woman. She needs a fire hug. Berlin AB. Single ticket. It was a different ticket. What did she want? Oh, she wanted a short one, did she? Okay, go back. Go back and choose the short trip ticket. There you go. Oh, want some change, okay.
Hallo, meine Fahrkarte bitte.
What they would want is
Was kostet das?
Berlin AB 24-hour ticket. Okay, Berlin AB 24-hour ticket. We've got this. Let's pay by cash. Give me the correct money as well. Right. So the reason I bring up Most Haunted, whether you remember, is that do you remember any of the live shows that they did? They used to do some live shows now and again, like 24 hours in a place or whatever, and they just capture it live, didn't they? Well, one of these places was Missley. They went looking for the Witchfinder General.
S- und U-Bahnhof Alexanderplatz,
Missley Towers.
Memhardstraße.
I'm pretty sure they went to the pubs as well. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I know they went to Missley. And they looked around the moors and stuff like that. Say the moors, the areas around that, the waterfront and that sort of side of it. Obviously didn't find anything other than a few growls and interpretations of what they might have heard back on a recording. But the one that I actually liked, which was worse than Derek Cora, there's a chap on there called David Wells. He took over after a while, and he apparently got possessed and he smashed his head into a mirror. So, but he literally, before he did that, he covered the mirror with a cloth and then smashed it onto his head. You know, so it was like, okay, if you were possessed, that wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have been possessed into sort of like doing that sort of thing. I'd take Ghostwatch over that any day. Oh, very much so, very much so. I used to watch them a little bit here and there, some of these things, just for, like I say, an entertainment purpose. I'm glad they called it an entertainment show in the end, because at first they tried to make out that they were like real, didn't they? They tried to make up, but then they had to change it to an entertainment show. They were forced to change their stance to an entertainment show. Most Haunted. But for me, it was still a good watch at the time. Didn't mind it. It's something different on TV. But I just loved it when David Wells, it was like the biggest piss take of them all. David Wells got possessed and he smashes his face, he gets this mirror and picks it up and smashes it over his head. But before he does that, he covers it in a nice protective cloth and then does it. It says it all, really, doesn't it? I wanted to see cuts and blood everywhere. Then I might have believed it. Ghostwatch was broadcast as if it was a documentary. I think they may have been the snowball that started the avalanche. There was quite a few, wasn't it? It was Ghost Hunter as well, a group of Ghost Hunters as well. That was on the TV as well. The girlfriend come around this evening. She can come around this evening. I don't know. What would you like dinner to be? Would it be easier if I just did pizza? I can get your brother to go and get some. What? I'll find out that way. Is she definitely coming around, or are you just going to ask? Oh, well, why didn't you say? Right, Ghostwatch was one off on BBC. Got a record number of complaints. I bet it did. Everyone's looking for that sort of thing, aren't they? To maybe believe in something out there. The old questions, UFOs and stuff like that. They always get a good show, don't they? As well. Is this bus actually moving? Or we're just sitting in traffic? I don't know what's happening here. The other lane seems to be moving faster, doesn't it? Gonna move back. Oh, I see. Oh, now the bus wants to fucking move. Of course, of course.
Lemhardtstraße. Endhaltestelle. Bitte aussteigen. Terminus.
Over the
Please leave the
tracks.
bus here.
Please leave the bus here. So, coming to the end of this particular. Well, we're only 13 minutes late. That'll be because of me and my antics. Was the Blair Witch of its time? Oh, very much so. I think everyone was looking for that sort of thing, the UFOs and the ghost shows, to offer a little bit of something different. Your bag. I'll put everything that you had on there and put it straight back in the bag. Just try looking. Make sure it's there again. We're waiting to turn left. We're waiting to turn left. Is it there? Right. Bear with me. We'll just have to pause the stream for a split second. Dad's got to do dad duties. Back in a mo. Let's get cracking then. A bit more time with the bus. Again, apologies about that. Just dad stuff, you know. Parent first, always. Got to be that way, hasn't it? Turning in. Oh my god. Putting in. Oh, bus spawned out of anywhere. It just spawned. Right. The kids are rental. Do you know what? There was an idiot that did tell me that. They did tell me that. Gemini, have you painted the buses yet? I have not. I have not painted the buses yet. Not yet. I don't even know if that's in the Xbox version. I should have a look. I tell you what, next time I get into... Can I do it now? I think if I'm going to the office here, why can't I do it now? Let's have a little see. So we're going to the workshop. Maybe I actually have to go into the actual blueprint side of it all and have a look see, which I can't do here. So I'll have to go into the actual building itself. Okay. Right, so we're going to give ourselves a bit of a turning circle here. I'm sure this isn't really what you're supposed to do, but why not? Turn it round. Yeah, with TheBus, they were stripped out, weren't they? Of the radio stations and stuff. Well, this is stripped out as well. It hasn't got the online side of things, has it? This game, so on the consoles. What time is it now? It's nearly 8:10. It's 8 minutes past. Right, we're pulling up. Open the doors. Good one. Yeah, I wonder if you can paint your bus. I'm not saying for definite you can't paint your buses, but I've got a feeling you can't. I haven't come across it yet, or the option. Whether I've overlooked it, I don't know. But on the Xbox version, I don't think I have seen the option to paint your buses yet. Now, when you run your own line,
einen Einzelfahrschein bitte.
Maybe you can.
Kann ich das mit Karte bezahlen?
We shall see. Valid question, Gemini. Valid question. So where have we got to go now? Berlin ABC. Oh my god! Camera sometimes Berlin ABC. I didn't even have a look to see if it was a single ticket or 24. Praying that this is correct now.
Hi, ich hätte gerne einen Fahrschein.
Fahrschein, Berlin ABC 24. Ticket. Pay the cash. Either that or put libraries on them. Yeah. It'd be cool if you could. But like I say, I haven't come across it yet. You'd like to think it would. I know you're going to drive the official lines, so perhaps when you get to the official line stage, you get the official colours of the lines. I don't know. The old yellow buses. But it would be brilliant if you could. Like I say, I'm in the grinding stage of the game now. Not that the game isn't a bit of a grind anyway, it is, but it's exactly what you expect it to be. It's repetitive, but it's repetitive fun in terms of what you want to do. It's driving buses at the end of the day, isn't it? So yeah, it would be absolutely brilliant if you could put the liveries and customise the bus that way, change the seats and all that sort of thing. That'd be cool.
Spandauer Straße, Marienkirche.
We're running late. We're still running late. Putting it in here. You've got all staff, 8 buses, all items unlocked in the garage. No idea if I can do what I want though. Yeah, no, if you're on console at the moment, if you've got 8 buses and you've got all the staff for the warehouse, if you like, I don't believe you can paint your bus at that stage. I'll tell you how many where I'm at. Where am I at? Office. So I have all the staff, and I own 13 buses, and I'm working towards, which is the last thing on, basically in the game. Really, is the official lines from Germany itself, Berlin. So the official lines. So obviously they're all locked to me at the moment, except for this one isn't locked to me. Well, it is locked. So there are requirements to get these unlocked. So these are the official lines where you can drive what is in real life, if you like, in Berlin. And the requirements are, so license requirement, you need a reputation 0. So you don't need a reputation for this one, although I've got 100%. But you do need a 38 vehicles. That's the only problem. 38 vehicles and 38 drivers. And you've also got to earn X amount of money during the time of playing the game for that particular line already to unlock. So that I can do. It's just the vehicles now. I need 38 vehicles. So it's a bit of a grind now because I've only got 13 vehicles at the moment. 38, yeah, to run that particular line, the official line of the game. So this one, you only need 5 vehicles, which is fine. But I've got to have 150,000 revenue to run this line in terms of already made on this line, and I've only actually made 18,000 on that line. Otherwise, I could do that because it's only 5 buses required. This one, the TXL, you need 57 buses and 57 drivers. So it's quite a lot, to run that line. And then the 1, 2, 3, you need 40 buses and 40. Again, I've made enough money on this line to run it, but I haven't got 40 buses. And then you've got this one, which needs 33 buses. And this one, 31, 46, 31, 29, and that's it. So you've got this one, which is the N100. But I need to earn a lot more money before I can take over this line. But that'd be the first line that I could potentially take over once I earn enough money driving these. So I should focus on the N100, really, lines, and try and get £150,000 worth of revenue. But the 245 is where we're at in terms of money. Just need more vehicles. And like I say, vehicles are quite expensive as well. I have seen other buses, but the thing is that I don't know if I have or I haven't, because they're always, I don't know what colour, they're always standard white, aren't they, at the moment? So it would be interesting to see. Like I say, once you take over the official line, the other thing that maybe is stripped out in terms of the exports mode would be the social media. There is absolutely nothing in there. The options there for social media, but it's not there. Whether they incorporate that online on the PC side of things to go with the online shows, and that they do with the TML's radio station, that might be the option where that is, social media tab. I don't know, but other than that, everything else is all open, and we're basically there at the game. So that's why I say it now becomes a bit of a grind, but it depends how you look at it. For me, streaming in the morning, having a nice little chit chat with people is how I'm going to do it. On my own, I don't know. The only other way would be to sim it, to fill all your orders like I've tried to start doing. So if you go to Order Manager, we're literally filling as many orders as we can, and obviously we'll sim it a lot as best as possible, but obviously you still need to keep an eye on your petrol and stuff like that and the charging of the vehicles, because if you don't, then your reputation tanks, basically. So we've got all them taken out on Wednesday. Wednesday's kind of like a full day. Thursday we'll add, Friday we'll add, Saturday's a full day, and Sunday's a full day. So we're getting there. but it's going to take some time, I think, before we finally get to the very end of the game, in terms of running the lines of everywhere. Why is she not getting on the bus? They don't want to get on the bus. Do they not like me? 13:51. We're very late, so I suppose we should get going, shouldn't we? They're not interested, are they? They don't want me. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves me, so to speak. But I'm really pleased you're having a lot of fun with this, Gemini. I really am. Like I say, looking forward to Bus Bound at the end of the month. I'm NDA'd on that one. I'm not supposed to talk about it, so not allowed to stream it. That's really annoying. I'd love to be streaming it, but can't stream it until launch. That's what the rules are. I can tell you that if anyone's, what I will say is, if anyone's looked at Docked and liked the style of Docked, where it was going, think that with buses and lots of fun. The trailers say it all. Honestly, I think if you watch some of the trailers on the bus, and there are one or two live streams that they're doing officially, you'll get an idea of what to expect from the bus, and it's a lot of fun. Obviously, this is full sim, you know. But the bus it has the simulator side of it, but I think it has a nice polish to it as well. But that's all you're going to get out of me on that, because that is borderlining what I'm sort of saying. But if you like your bus games, I'm pretty sure you'll like Bus Bound. Pretty sure you would. And that does have online multiplayer that you can play it. 4 people can join you, drive your buses, so they can come and help you drive your buses around. I want to see some disabled passengers on this. It does have the option, but again, I don't know if that is... So, Bus Simulator, if you've played Bus Simulators before, that did have disabled passengers on it. This does have the option. I don't know if this particular bus does, but I have got buses in the fleet that do have the option to transport disabled people, wheelchairs and stuff like that, but not actually physically seen it in the game yet. How are you going to let this person out? We're in the bus lane. But Bus Bound I'm excited for. I generally am excited. I think a lot of people are going to like that. If you like your bus games, you will like Bus Bound, definitely, hands down. I have no doubt about that. Like I say, the trailers itself will give you that sort of feel what the game's about, and it's really, it looks nice. It does look nice. Indeed. Have you played Bus Simulator before? Bus Simulator. I played Bus Simulator. Bus Simulator you could. So Bus Simulator 21 definitely had the ramp, and you could use the ramp, and you had to press the buttons and that to get the ramp to work and stuff when you had a disabled passenger. So Bus Bound is made from the same people that did Bus Simulator 21. It's the same team, part of the same team is now at Sabre at Bus Bound. So the creators of Bus Simulator 21 is Bus Bound, and then you've got Bus Simulator 27, which is going to be interesting because the original creators of that series are now at Bus Bound. You're going to do Bus Bound, so interesting to see where that game goes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's not a lot I can say about Bus Bound. Watch the trailers. It would be the best thing to say with that one. And it's as good as the trailers, put it that way. That's all you're going to get out of me, because even that is technically breaking my NDA. See, some of them are so strict, the NDAs. I remember my WWE one that I did, 2K26, I had to write the review for complete Xbox. And it was literally a 20-page document that I signed. So much so that I wasn't even allowed to show that I was even playing it on my account or anything like that. So in other words, I needed a new account to play it. Whereas this one I'm okay with. I can do that on this one. I can play it, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. So, but with the WWE 2K26, they didn't even want the achievements popping up. They didn't want anyone's screenshots popping up. They didn't want anything with the WWE game. Only what was out officially. And if anyone looks at the official accolades trailer, you'll see a complete Xbox on there as well. Because my review made the accolades trailer, which is quite nice. So I'm not quite as strict with the NDA. I can play it on my account, but I'm not allowed to share my general thoughts about it. Fucking hell, look at this bus in front of us. It's literally gone up the... He's hit things. It's worse than me. Right, we have come to that time again where I have to put that little pause in because we've had a few extra ones this morning with the middle lad and stuff, but it's come to the point where we need to put another pause on. I do apologise. It's just something that I have to do with part and parcel streaming in the mornings, is that I'm still a parent at the end of the day and I've got to check in with the kids, and then around 8:20 is kind of kick out the door time. So I haven't heard him move yet. So I need to pause and I need to have a quick word and just make sure he's okay and stuff like that before he heads off to school. Hope you understand. If you need to go somewhere, well, I say, I get it. You know, it's life and stuff. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you're sticking with me, which I do hope you are, put the kettle on, make a cuppa, and I'll be back in 2 minutes or so. We're back. Sorry about that. Just parent stuff. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Twitch screen on. For those that have stayed with me, thank you. For those that had to go somewhere, I really do hope they're having a wonderful day. I really do. We'll do the old usual spiel in terms of things. That it is actually Thursday, so Thursday Night Madness. On a Monday and Thursday, we do a community night. Everyone's welcome, as always. We usually centre it around Game Pass or free to play. So on a Monday, we name it Racer Monday. It's always a racer from Game Pass or free to play. To be honest, it's turned into pretty much a Forza Horizon night at the moment. Just while we await the new Forza Horizon 6, we are trying to finish off or help people finish off their collections of cars and stuff like that on Forza Horizon 5. That's always from 2030 BST. Now, I would usually do a Thursday night game with any genre from Game Pass or free to play, but tonight we're going off book. And we're actually going, did we say retro, Albie? Did we say retro? And we're going Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead 2 is where we're going at tonight. I don't really classify that as retro, can you? It's a bit too soon for retro, that one. But in some people's books, who knows? Albie's like, no. So we're going off book tonight. Left 4 Dead 2. So it's not on Game Pass or free to play or anything like that. So if you own the game, you're more than welcome to join us. If you don't own the game, obviously it'll be streamed, and hopefully you'll see a bit of fun, a bit old. Everyone loves Left 4 Dead. Anyone remembers the game Left 4 Dead? They absolutely adore it. I've not heard a bad word said about Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2. It just seems to be the holy grail of that sort of genre. Something that's always been tried to recreate that no other games got close. I don't know why, because in some respects, some games you think it should do, but it just doesn't quite recreate that magic. There's just something about Left 4 Dead that flowed and, kept everyone going. It's an absolutely amazing game, and the second one was just as brilliant. But at the moment, we're on to more buses. So here we go. More buses. We're at the lights. It's green. We'll get the indicator off just in case they think we're turning that way. We'll now put the indicator on. So I am very much looking forward to Left 4 Dead 2. The only thing I'm hoping is that I don't kill my memories of that game, because I've done it before where I've gone back to a game that I absolutely adored and then retried to play, and then I was like, oh my god, fucking hell.
Guten Tag. Einen Einzelfahrschein bitte.
Berlin AB. Berlin AB. I didn't see what sort of ticket you wanted, so we'll try a single. I hope that's right. It must have been right. It's cool. The only thing that I have, I had a quick look at Left 4 Dead the other day just to make sure it works, because there is a bug within the Xbox side of things. It seems to be newer Xbox Series consoles, so whether there's like a new chip in some of the newer Xbox Series consoles, I don't know. But apparently a lot of them don't allow the backward compatibility, or there's a problem with the backward compatibility. It's not every console or anything like that. It is literally a handful of consoles out of batches, but they do have a problem with the backward compatibility side, that when you go to sign in, it always says you're offline no matter what. I don't know the reason for that. Apparently Xbox are working on the patch for it, but how long that will be, I don't know. It's something to do with the emulation software not quite lining up, or it gets tricked or something. I don't know, but it gets into some sort of loop where it thinks you're offline all the time, even though technically you're online. It's weird, and I had to check it out myself, because I do remember an issue that I had. Thank you, my lovely. I do remember an issue that I had on the Xbox Series X when doing the emulation stuff with the 360, that my password was too long. So my current password that I have on the Series X at the time was too long for the 360, and there was an issue with that. So you had to, redo your password and make sure your password was short enough for the Xbox 360. So you was only allowed a certain number of characters on the Xbox 360 for a password. On the Series X S, you're allowed a lot more. So my password was a lot longer on the Series X, but on the 360 it wouldn't allow it. That was my issue that I had with sort of back compatibility stuff, and I had to change that password. But that is not the issue that other people are having. The issue is saying that when they go into it, obviously they're online in the first place, but when they go into the 360 sort of side of things on the Series X, that it just says that they're offline and they can't get around that, and therefore it won't play anything. So it's like an issue. So I hope they get that sorted for those customers. I really, really do. Right, let's pick these passengers up. So we've got about half hour left of the stream this morning. We go to about 9 o'clock. That is the plan.
Hallo.
Not sure if I'll be on tomorrow morning. I usually say I'll be on, but I'll be honest with you at the moment, not quite sure what I'm doing on a Friday morning tomorrow. So we're not going to say it a given that I'll be here. I'd like to think that I would be. Who knows? But then we're on to Saturday and Sunday. Maybe we'll go proper retro Saturday and Sunday. We'll do a retro stream of old bits and pieces. I'll get my Mega Drive collection downloaded and Capcom Arcade downloaded, and we'll go retro. We'll play some really classic retros, and even get the older collection that has Rolling Thunder on it, because I love Rolling Thunder. I really do. A bit of Operation Morph, that sort of stuff. That'd be cool. Revisit, and some of the beat 'em ups as well that were back in the day, and obviously the fabulous GoldenEye. So I'm not going to sit there and just play GoldenEye the whole time. We'll have sort of little snippets of 10-15 minutes on each game, and then we'll just move. And we'll try and get in as many games as possible. So we just have a nice little chat about the games and, yesteryear, if you like, and that sort of thing. I think that'd be kind of cool thing to do. See who remembers what. See where it came from. See if we still love it. And Gauntlet will feature. I loved Gauntlet back in the day. There's certain games that are just like your bread and butter back in the day. Super Hang On. Do a bit of retro, but like I say, what classifies as retro these days? I don't know. I know what retro would feel to me, but I do understand retro is kind of like a different. Retro is basically my childhood. That's what I would classify as retro.
Bundestag.
In terms of the gaming, golden age of gaming, the 80s. They call it early 90s. But as I said, we have to look at it. We're 2026 now, so someone in that would even classify as the OOs potentially as retro.
Moin, ein Fahrschein bitte.
Lego Batman retro. No, it's not old enough. We're kind of defining that retro where it has to be a certain age.
Guten Tag.
Older than my oldest son, maybe. Given, yeah. Thanks for making me love. Yeah. You did that. Have I printed her? I don't think I've printed her ticket yet. Oh wait, why is she still there? I'll give her back the money. 10. What's she want? The ticket? What does she want? She's not buggering off. Berlin in AB. 24 hours. Maybe I haven't given her a ticket. That's what it is. She's still.
Hallo, ich brauche einen Fahrschein.
Lego is ageless. Lego is ageless indeed, but it's not really retro, is it? Let's be honest. As I say, define Lego. That's define retro. It's a hard thing to define because one person's retro isn't another's. See, my wife sort of thinks the PS1 era would be retro, and I would be inclined to say that we are 2026 now. PS1 era. Fahrenheit is not retro, is it? Because it was PS2. So this is where we draw the line. Where do you draw the line? I keep saying that my wife's been watching PS1 is the very edge of it. I keep saying that I'm going to play 24 the game. I really mean it. I've sort of found the PS2 console, and I intend to do it because the wife's been watching 24 back, and it's kind of got me in the mood to play the official 24 game, which I it's sad that we have all these games and then we put them to one side, and when be honest with you, we hold on to them, but we never really go back to them. Avoid lost the game. And the PS2 is one of those wonderful machines that you can put into a modern day TV, whereas sort of the likes of the Mega Drive and things like that. I think even the Mega Drive you could put in just through the standard aerial connection, couldn't you? Trying to think if this TV has a standard aerial connection. I would think it would have. What is the, just out of interest? What's the oldest console that you still do? You keep your stuff, Albie? And anyone else? Do you keep your stuff? I know Keris keeps her stuff, and if she doesn't keep it, she ends up rebuying it later, which is what a lot of people do. They wish that they never sold something. And I know my mate Dan from Australia. He used to flip flop between Xbox and PlayStation all the time. So 1 minute he'd have an Xbox, 6 months down the line it'd be a PlayStation, and then down the line he'd sold his PlayStation again, and he's got an Xbox, and he just literally could not stick with one machine. It was like one or the other all the time. Never actually kept both, which was kind of strange because the amount of money he was probably losing selling stuff and then rebuying it, you'd think that you'd end up just owning both. But he was very much like that. But he is very much in the market, same as I was for the 3DO. We both had a love for the 3DO. I think the reason I love the 3DO so much is because it's one of the consoles I didn't actually own. It was bloody expensive at the time, but I did used to play it a lot because when my dad used to go and pick my mum up from her work, there was a Co-op electronical store nearby, and they had the Panasonic 3DO. And let's be honest, anyone remembers the Co-op electrical stores? They were pretty much dead all the time. I don't know how they survived the electrical stores for as long as they did with a Co-op. Maybe it was a front for something, I don't know. Yeah, but they survived, and they always had the Panasonic. When the 3DO, they had the latest gaming machines where you could literally just play. And they got to know me very well because I used to turn up and all the time. And my dad would literally get there half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour early, go and do the shopping, and then pick my mum up from work, and he'd just leave me in the electronics store playing a Panasonic 3D. I used to have a fondness for the golf game that was there. I really enjoyed the golf game. And ever since then, I've always wanted to own one. But I remember back then, they were about £400 or £500 just to own them, brand new, 500-600. And I think you can buy one now in the UK. I think for about £600 or £700. And speaking of retro, the Neo Geo, they're re-releasing the Neo Geo, aren't they? As well, where you can actually buy a brand new Neo Geo, where you can actually place all your games. Neo Geo, not that it was actually immensely popular in this country, but it was basically Neo Geo was basically like an arcade cabinet, wasn't it? It was all the arcade games, and you have the old cartridges where you go, you blow the back of them and slot them in. But there's a new console coming out. I think it's about £300. It's launching out in the UK, but there's a limited edition sort of version selling for about £800 with 10 games. And you have to remember these games are launching at about 60 or 70 quid each, just like an Xbox game does. So £700 or £800 to play Neo Geo. A lot of money. When you've got emulators out there, it's a lot of money. But I mean, it's a console that plugs straight into your TV as it is today. So interesting machine. Also, there's a new Spectrum as well. A new Spectrum's on its way as well. Yeah. I've got a Spectrum upstairs. When I saw the new Spectrum, there's a new Spectrum coming out, a reversion of something. I was kind of hoping that they'd do a tape deck. I'd be all over it if they had a tape deck, because I have boxes of cassettes upstairs of Spectrum games that I just would not part with, because it's my childhood. One day I might part with them. Some of them you get some money for some of the games, others not so much, But it's just, I have no way of testing it as well because my Spectrum, it's a bit iffy. It does work and it doesn't work, but that way it's got a problem with it. We've got sometimes you plug it in, it works fine. Other times you plug it in, you get all these colours, which is not so great. So that tells me there's something wrong with the motherboard already. So I would love a new Spectrum, but I'd love a tape deck one that actually works, not a second-hand one. That's the thing. I don't want a second-hand one. I want one that is pristine, if you like, well looked after, and I know they're going to be well sought after for. You know, the Spectrums are going to cost a lot of money online. But also, I don't really have the room, to be honest. You know, I get you have the consoles you hold on to because you don't want to, you know, you want a collection and you want a pub, but you've got to have the room to set one up. Wouldn't it be absolutely amazing to have a room set up? You know, I see some of these rooms that people have, and it, you know, absolute fabulous. Personally, can't, you know. Yeah, one of these things I have to go down to like the local storage place, hire a thing, chuck everything out of the house, and let's have a room. You know, for retro. You know, it's not going to have. But I have my collections on the Xbox and other machines, and that way from Retroness and stuff like that. So it's all good. It's all good. I suppose I should take his money. Take his money. Give him his ticket. See if I give him the wrong ticket, haven't I? Wrong ticket. He wants a day ticket. He wants a 24-hour ticket. Should have known that when it was 11:40.
Hi, eine 24-Stunden-Karte bitte.
ABC.
Könnte ich das mit meinem Handy zahlen?
I don't know. All I got with Nia was at any time. I don't think she really said that she wanted it at any time. Well, I suppose any time is a 24-hour ticket, though, isn't it? Maybe there was a bit of English there. We pieced together a little bit. Something about any time there. There was definitely something about any time. I'll take that.
Moin, ein Ticket bitte.
Morn. Not really morning though, is it? But she said morning. Berlin AB 24-hour ticket. They're all having 24-hour tickets. All wanting 24-hour tickets.
Vielen Dank.
Guten Tag. Eine Einzelfahrt bitte.
Each wants the standard single ticket. Berlin AB single ticket. You need 16.50 back. So, shut the doors and we're on our way. So like I say, back this evening, 2030
Platz der
BST
Republik.
with a little something different than usual. Left 4 Dead 2. We might love it so much that we won't play it again. Obviously you've got Kiln out today, which is going to obviously shape it up to be a brilliant game. I love the whole idea of Kiln, I really do. Who knows what I'm going to make as my character in Kiln. Kiln might know. Looking forward to that. The only thing the reason we didn't suggest it for this Thursday is because we're kind of half expecting it to be a little bit rough at launch. I think there's a lot of love for Kiln out there, and I'm expecting 1 or 2 issues at launch. Who knows, it might surprise us, but it just gives us a week to for it to iron out any issues with the odd update or 2 that it's bound to have. I expect it to have an update. It's that sort of game, I think, that you kind of envision 1 or 2 issues. I remember us trying to play Gang Beasts when it first launched. As fabulous as that looked, couldn't get it to work. It was a problem up there. So we've learned our lessons with Thursday nights with those sort of games, is that we just won't play them at launch on the day, because they generally have their problems. Always best to wait 24, 48 hours for that day 1 patch or day later patch. Oh, it's a fire on the right hand side. Fire. It's all driving nice and slowly, so all our passengers can get their cameras out so they can take pictures. Look at them, he's so interested, that guy, and he's so interested in arms folded. Not interested, I don't give a shit. I don't care about a fire. Guaranteed, if that was real life, everyone would have their phone out, snapping shots. The tragedy tourist.
Haus der Kulturen der Welt.
You know it though, don't you? It's like the car. I mean, it is true what they say. The world is a different world, and I realise when people say that these days, because I'm always like, well, no, it's not. It's no different. But in all honesty, if you look at things like car alarms going off and stuff like that, which car alarms went off in the 80s or 90s, yeah? And people got out of their houses to make sure that their neighbour was all right or what was going on, make sure the car wasn't being stolen. Now it's just like, oh, fuck it. Can't they not shut that racket up? You know? It's no one gives a shit.
Hi, eine Fahrkarte.
And it's the same with a
Kann ich das
fire
mit
alarm.
meinem
Have anyone ever
Telefon
been in a
bezahlen?
building where a fire alarm goes off and no one cares? No one even... It's like, ah, fuck it. Everyone just ignores it, don't they?
Moin, ein Fahrschein bitte.
Someone could get beaten up down the street and people just, instead of actually helping the person, they just get the phone out instead. Record it, you know. The world has definitely changed. 10 cents back. Get more money there. That's it. When you were working in a supermarket, you did a fire drill or whatever, people would just continue shopping and just carry on. It's what happens, honestly. You know. You hear a fire alarm, I don't think people would move. You know, I certainly know for a fact that car alarms going off outside, no one gets out and has a look. Make sure that cars are right, no one's, you know, vandalising a car or, you know, nicking it. It's just like, okay. Carry on. Whoa, fucking hell. Whoa. That was a hit, wasn't it? That was a hit. And the hits just keep on coming. I reckon this bus needs fixing now.
Schloss Bellevue.
There's queue at the till with a trolley full of shopping. Can I just pay for this? We're on fire over there, but we're just going to pay for this quickly. My shop. It's weird, isn't it? That's just, you know, when people just walk out in the middle of the road as well. They don't care that you shouldn't cross and stuff like that these days. It hasn't helped by the law changing as well, the old driving licence law, the DVA, you know, is that if people just step out, you know, they're allowed to, so you're supposed to anticipate people might step out, and, you know, even straight after a roundabout, if someone crosses, you're supposed to, or you see someone wanting to cross, even if they're not at a crossing, you're supposed to let them cross. It's supposed to be only if you're safe, but even, I don't get how you know, you just come up for a roundabout, how that would be safe. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's always been there that you've got to stop and make sure you don't hit anyone. But if you understand where I'm going with this, it just seems to be a little bit of a change of responsibility in the person themselves. And more on this is they don't do you know, Green Cross Code videos anymore. They don't scare children into certain things. Don't do this and don't do that anymore, do they? You know? Remember the 80s adverts of sort of stuff of, you know, don't climb this pylon, you know, with a ball, or don't play ball and walk out behind a bus, and all those sort of scary out, you know, they don't do any of that anymore. Self-preservation is no longer a thing. I would hope to think preserving your life is. Yeah, leave it a few minutes and you don't have to worry about cooking it. Yeah. It's a weird world that we live in some respects. Oh, I've got my indicator on. Am I supposed to be stopping? I think I am, aren't I? Yes. Too busy yapping away. Open the doors.
Guten Tag, einen Einzelfahrschein bitte.
Walking advert for the game. Bus. What did he want? TheBus Berlin single ticket. Okay. Single ticket. How much is in cash? What? He wanted that one, didn't he? Oh, an ABC. Oh dear, I did the wrong thing. ABC. So we even got wrong there. Yeah, ABC. And he wants a single ticket. There you go. We've got the correct one this time. Let's give us the correct money. Und die erste, let's give us 60.
Guten Tag. Einen Einzelfahrschein bitte.
Berlin AB single ticket. Berlin AB single ticket. There you go. Sorry. It's a weird world in many ways. People who stamp their feet and demand their basic human rights, but I'm in favour of basic human rights being stripped from others. Oh, very much. Very much. That comes into the whole in I'm more important than you are sort of pattern that we talk about, isn't it? Where the whole self-importance tops everything, you know, in people's worlds, doesn't it? That they are somehow more important than that. How dare you? How dare it happen to someone else? Main character syndrome, yeah. Very much. The character of their own story, which they are to a degree. Don't get me wrong, obviously they are. There's no bigger character in someone's life than themselves. And that should be, to a degree. You've got to look after yourself too. It's okay to look after other people, but you should look after yourself as well. But, yes, there definitely seems to be a very much I'm more important than you. I don't need to stop, but you do, you know. That sort of mentality. Don't know where it comes from. I really don't. You know, it comes from TV, whether it comes from films, whether it comes from. I don't know where that comes from. I'm pretty sure they don't teach it at school. Role models, I don't know, because I'd like to think there are people out there that aren't like that. Come from people, how people are raised, yeah. I suppose the more that they get everything they want, the more that they feel they're entitled to, I suppose, being a spoiled child, yeah. It's... yeah, but then not everyone got everything, do they? And I can, you know, there's still plenty of arseholes out there, aren't they, that perhaps think that they're more important than everyone else. They say a Karen, but I think Karen would be too harsh, because there's plenty of blokes. What would be a bloke's name for doing that? You know, that they're more important than everyone. I'd generally say that I'd be safe to say that over 50% of the public generally think they're more important than someone else. Easy. In fact, I'd go as high to say it's about 75 or 80%. The general public think they're more important. That the rules don't apply to them because they're more important. I generally think that, and it's sad because what happened to values of looking after your neighbour and stuff like that. Honestly, the best times of growing up, some of the best is I remember I called my neighbours auntie, and they were literally an auntie to me. They were very helpful. Apparently, when my mum passed away, and or when sort of people started passing away from my childhood, you know, that I got to know over time because of age and stuff like that. My two next door neighbours, I never realised how much they did for my mum and dad, and how of an arm around them that they were. My mum and dad were young when they moved from London to Colchester, or wherever it was, and they moved, and they had two sort of like couples next to them either side that were older than them, you know, by 30 years, if you like. Put an arm around them and literally help them, you know. And you know, if you ever need anything, we're there. If you need don't get me wrong, my Auntie Gwen, as I called her, she was the most nosiest neighbour ever. If there was anything, that's what we talk about, any noise, she'd be out the window looking. But she did it out of care as well. So it's, but they sort of raised me to a degree as well as my parents, and so did my Auntie Mary and my Uncle Ted, as I called him. And They weren't my uncles, they weren't my aunties, but they were like an auntie to me. You know, I was around their houses. I would help them mend a fence or something like that. That's the sort of person I was, and I thought that was all normal back then. And I generally do think that was quite normal. I had plenty of friends that would do exactly the same things and felt the same about their next door neighbours and that. Maybe it was just a street that I lived in. I don't know, because. But then I hear stories that a lot of people had that when they were younger, but they don't really have that now. No one batters an eyelid, do they? A little bit. No one really looks out for each other. And the only time that I really saw that a little bit, and I know you disagree a little bit, Albie, was during COVID times when my next door neighbours and that, they did sort of look out for other people and stuff like that. Now, I'm actually quite fortunate that the couple of neighbours that I have, they're actually really nice. Now, they're not quite of the you know, what I had back in the day, but I generally think that if one of my kids needed to knock on their door, they would be there, they'd open the door and they would bend over backwards to help them. I generally think that I've got that as a neighbour. But it's weird how we go through life and things change, and saying, well, nothing's changed, but that sort of side of things has changed. I do believe that wasn't just for me. Like I say, a lot of my friends, when I used to hang around my friends, they had the same thing, that they could go to their next door neighbour if they needed something or whatever. I don't think you could these days. You know, I don't think it works the same way. We're a little bit closed. We're not so as a society say family orientated or extended family orientated, you know, where we welcome people in as family, but they're not really family, like our next door neighbours and stuff.
Nutzungsplatz.
Like I say, other countries, Cyprus for example, everyone, if you go to a village in Cyprus, everyone knows everyone and they know everyone's life story. Now that's a bit much for my liking, but you see where I'm going, and other cultures as well, sort of likes of Tenerife, Greece, Germany, France, it seems to be a little bit more welcoming. And when people say they want the country back, that's not, you know, if I wanted to say a statement that I would like something back, that's what I would like back, but it's not going to come about by dividing people and stuff, but it's just going to get worse. You know, you want that welcoming, everyone's included, you know, everyone's inclusive no matter what. You want a little bit of respect from youngsters and stuff like that, but it's really weird, and that's where I would say the world has changed. Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head in that statement, Alvin, that the world is more connected, yet the neighbourhood is disconnected. Very much.
Hallo. Guten Tag. Hi. Einen
It's a
Fahrschein,
shame.
bitte.
It's a shame. I suppose I just said in some respects that maybe it's modern builds as well. Modern buildings, they're like paper thin walls, aren't they? And you can hear everything that's going on with your neighbour. So maybe you're a bit embarrassed with the noise and stuff like that from your own home, or because you can hear them. I mean, I had it when we first moved to where, you know, the area that we live now. When we first moved up here to be near my work, because it was literally an hour and a bit commute, hour and a half commute every day from the morning and the evening. So we moved so I could lose that and spend more time with the wife and then obviously raise a family and that sort of side of things. But yeah, I just think things have changed in that sense, that things are a little bit different, and that's where I would say it's different. And I say, when people say, "Oh, you know, we like, you know, what it was like in the '80s," I don't remember the '80s from a responsibility sort of side of things. So I'm not so quick to say that the '80s were a fun time, because I don't know if they were a fun time from an adult point of view, you know. But from my point of view, childhood, I look at what I could do and what I could get away with and what is expected, you know, of me as a citizen, if you like, or in the community and stuff like that. Obviously, I got up to a lot of mischief. I didn't, like I said to you plenty of times, kind of what we would consider a feral kid back then. I really was. My mum and dad worked, so I had to do something for a few hours while they were at work. and it was so frowned upon of being in home alone. So I used to go around my mates and stuff like that, and all that sort of thing. So I, get chased by farmers and things like that. But I don't. I know life's different and it's more connected. When I say about Xbox and gaming and stuff like that, I had gaming back then. It wasn't, obviously I didn't have online gaming, but I had gaming back then. Used to invite my friends around and that sort of side of things. It's a hard thing when people say things have changed and then they go, well, they haven't changed, but they have. They have sort of changed. It's a hard one to discuss. Do you know what I mean? Where you go, because I look at things haven't changed so much. But I used to jump on. So at 15, 16, I would jump on a train, go London, go wherever. Wouldn't think anything of it. I'm not so sure I would be quite happy for my child to do that. It's a weird world. But then you've got to let people do those things for them to learn as well. So tough choice as a parent. Like I said, I've always said as a parent, I'm always learning, and I never knew how to raise a baby. I never knew how to raise a toddler. I never knew how to raise a teenager, and I don't know how to raise someone that is now an adult. In their own right. Because never done it before, and I'm learning on the go. But you get plenty of people that will tell you how you should do this and how you should do that when they've had no experience whatsoever. It's life is a learning game, isn't it? It's a journey that you're always on. There are plenty of ups and downs. There are plenty of bumps in the road. There are plenty of good times, fun times. You just roll with it. It is like a roller coaster. It really is, and that's life, isn't it? Couple of Essex facts for you. Southend currently has the longest pier in the world, measuring an impressive 1.33 miles. We could turn into a song there, Albie, couldn't we? Life is a roller coaster. You've got to ride it. Ronan Keating. I'm not going to sing it because my wife's not the biggest of fans. Sorry, the wife's talking to me. Wife was just saying maybe I'd like to pass it on. The gaming in general, as we all know, gaming gets criticised, or it has been criticised in the past and stuff like that. Gaming has been criticised in the past for basically don't fight it. He's just singing the song. You make me read it out, so I have to sing it, won't you? No, so gaming in general, back in the days of the late 70s, 80s, 90s, 00s, 10s even, gaming was very geek, wasn't it? It was considered a very geek sort of thing to do, waste of time. All games were violent, they bred all sorts of things. But in truth, we look at the studies now, and gaming is considered a very important tool with mental health. It's very good for dementia and sort of repetitive tasks in terms of like that. They help you sort of keep your brain working and that sort of side of things. It's actually been looked on in a different light now these days, gaming and stuff like that, isn't it? So I know a lot of the older generation still look at gaming as low work, it's frowned upon and stuff like that, which from them, that's what they were taught. That's what they were taught growing up. But again, it's like everything. We talk about how the older generation can come across a little bit racist and whatever. And maybe it's not entirely 100% their fault sometimes. It's just the way that they were brought up. But you've got to embrace change. That's the thing. You do have to embrace change. And that some things, and when you're getting studies put out in front of you saying that gaming in itself is fabulous for obviously hand-eye coordination. It's fabulous for doing tasks, fabulous for problem solving. I mean, this game, for example, if I wanted to go there, I'm doing a bit of maths as well. I'm keeping the old maths brain working, aren't I? Because it's not telling me how much change to give. I'm working it out as I go along. I know it's simple maths, but it keeps it going, and it is some tasks are repetitive, some tasks are problem solving in other games, and that it really works the mind. So we had all this explosion with the Wii, didn't you, where you had brain training and whatever. You did these games with brain training. The thing is, you're training your brain every time you pick up a game anyway, because you're telling it to do something. You're problem solving how to do it a lot of the time anyway. Games have always been like that. In fact, some of the earlier games were a lot harder than what they are now. I know they don't look pretty, but you've only got one life. Now you've got loads of lives, don't you? So gaming back then, in some respects, was a little bit harder. No saves back in the day. Well, there wasn't, was there? It was you play the thing. The most annoying thing was when there wasn't a save and you had to turn it off. So you spent 20 minutes loading the fucking thing to play a game for about 45 minutes or an hour, and then you turned it off and there was no save. It's like, sometimes you could save. Sometimes there was a little part where you could save in a game, certain things, but I know exactly what you're saying. There was just, you couldn't do it, could you? Right, a bit more on the bus because we've got to 9:10, and I just say I want to finish at 9, and I just feel like we've got to do another route stop or two. I've certainly got to take these passengers on board. I can't stop it mid sort of stream. But in terms of, like I say, tonight there'll be Left 4 Deading, something a bit different. It's going to spawn a bit of retro in me, I feel, because the next stream I'll do will be very much a retro theme. A little bit of a break from sort of buses, a little bit. I know we did GTA, but I am frightened of a strike on there a little bit. So we'll respect
ich
that.
benötige ein Ticket.
Berlin ABC. And I think we'll do a bit of retro.
Dankeschön.
Either tomorrow or certainly Saturday and Sunday. The idea of providing a friendly face and a friendly voice is something that I want to do. But obviously it's not possible every day. I say every day, but in truth, I'm a chap that isn't the most healthy. A lot of it is a front. A lot of it is sort of smiles and whatever to try and hide away what is happening. A chap that has had a lot of spinal surgery, struggles a lot, has had a lot of digestive problems over the last 12 months as well. Been diagnosed with all sorts of things recently. An operation, as you know, which cleared up one thing, which is great. But we all have our things. That's the point in life. What people show and what people allow. Never trusted those biscuits. It's life is what you make of it. So I like to bring on that friendly digestives. Oh fucking hell! I like digestive biscuits. I do, but they're actually one of the better biscuits out there, aren't they? Whether they're any good for the digestive system, I don't know. I think that was the whole idea of selling a digestive, that they were good for the digestive system, but they're still a biscuit at the end of the day. So is a biscuit really good for you? Probably not. Moderation, maybe. Just don't put chocolate on them. That's all I can say. Don't put chocolate on them because the packet is gone. So do I. Got done arriving today. Yeah, don't put chocolate on digestives because the whole pack will definitely be eaten. Right, enough anyway. Chit chat. My time has come. I've got to go. I did say we might get to the next stop, but I'm looking at that time and I'm thinking I do need to move on and get a wriggle on, so to speak, with life and life's journey for the day ahead. I will be back this evening, 20:30 BST, to provide everyone a bit of Left 4 Dead, whether they want it or not. That's what we're playing. Have a little, and then maybe that will spurn a bit of retroness in me, and then we'll come back tomorrow if I'm back tomorrow. Which I'm getting to the point where I know my body, and my body's going, hang on a second, you need a break. You need a step back, so to speak. So I'd like to think I'll be back tomorrow, but sleep might win one day. It might. You should buy my retro console. My spare one. Have you got one, Keris? Are you trying to sell one, are you? What you're trying to sell? Go on, we'll hang on for a minute. What are you trying to sell? I'll let you advertise it. Go on. Anyone that wants the retro console, click Keris's name. Which console is it? We're going to have a little discussion tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday about retro games. I think that'd be cool. I have the Odin and the 4 now. I will keep the 4 and sell the Odin, I think. Okay, cool. And what's it capable of playing? Literally everything? Emulator wise and stuff like that? What's it come loaded with? Does it come loaded with loads of stuff? And how much do you want for it? That's the big question, isn't it? Everything up to maybe PS3. So literally, we'll have literally everything up to the PS3. Didn't they say the PS5's been cracked or something recently? I can't seem to remember something like that the PS5's been cracked or something in terms of security and stuff like that sort of side of things, but emulating. Yeah, Xbox emulators. Yeah. Oh, nice. You get an Xbox emulator on it. It's the way to go, some of these homebrew stuffs, isn't it? It is the way to go. As long as it all works. The one game that the one game that I was kind of hoping that would come out eventually. They went for the Xbox 360 arcade thing, and you started seeing a lot of arcade games coming to Xbox at the time. The rumor was that WrestleFest was coming, and I think that rumor still existed up until the late days of Xbox One, that there was going to be a WrestleFest finally come to Xbox, like the old arcade cabinet of WrestleFest with the Legion of Doom being the main characters in that. But it never arrived, did it? It never arrived. I was kind of hopeful that it might arrive one day on sort of modern consoles, so we could play like the game of like the 80s, early 90s WrestleFest. But it didn't get here, did it? Cheap to those who can afford it, very expensive to those that can't. And on that note, I think we'll leave that it there. I think on that note. But if anyone wants a retro console, click Keris's name. But I see an Antstream code for $12.99 unloaded. Is Antstream it's still going? I haven't gone for a little while on Antstream. Is Antstream $12.99 for the year? That could be quite interesting. Provide a bit of retro fun. That could do. Or as a PC code, but even so, that would be good. Cool. I think it's probably more suited to play PC. Some of the conversions onto console that I've tried before, a lot of the games work, but there are plenty of games that just don't translate to the controller. They just don't work. Anyways, I'm rambling. I really am having a nice chit chat. I'm in my element having a nice chit chat about games, but I've got to go, which is why I said that maybe we'll leave the bus here. We will come back to the bus next week, maybe. But for the rest of the week, maybe we'll look at some retro. That could be quite good to do a bit of retroness, a bit of Mega Drive fun, bit of sort of Neo Geo sort of stuff that I have on Xbox and all that sort of stuff, the old stuff. Rolling Thunder 2, bit Golden Axe, bit Gauntlet. Would love all that. Like I say, maybe there's so many games, though. That's the problem. There's so many games with these collections that I don't think you could spend any longer than about 15, 20 minutes on each one before we would have to move on. But that would be good. I think that'd be good. Just have a nice. Who remembers this? Quick game for a little bit. Who remembers that? Do you remember this? We have a little chit chat about each one and whatever. I think that'd be good. I think that will spawn a bit of nice chatting and whatsoever. A little bit different. Something a little bit different. Obviously, I love my simulators. You know, I love my simulators. Simulators provide the chance where I can just have a nice chat. That's what I could do. It just chat and stream. I really could. We could just sit here. I could drink tea. Maybe when we do something for charity, maybe we'll do a Macmillan coffee morning where I just literally sit here drinking tea and coffee and chatting. And we could all be drinking our tea and coffee and chatting, Maybe we could do that. We have an online coffee morning or something, or online Essex Tea. Maybe a, afternoon tea with sandwiches and stuff like that. That would be that would be interesting, wouldn't it? But anyways, I am definitely off. I really am. I've got to run. So I would love a similar bus sim 16-bit version. Oh, I would too. But I am definitely off. I've definitely got to run. Have fun. All the best. Cheerio.